understanding what's happening to your spine. If a child or a teenager who just found out you have scoliosis, you might be feeling confused, nervous, or even a little scared. That's okay. You're not alone, and this chapter will help you understand what's going on inside your body in a simple, easy-to-follow way. Scoliosis doesn't define you. It's just one small part of your amazing, growing body. Let's break it all down together. What is scoliosis? Scoliosis is a condition that causes your spine to curve sideways. Most people's spines look straight when viewed from the back, but if you have scoliosis, your spine might look more like the letter S or C. This curve can be small or more noticeable, and it can be different for each person. It's not something you catch like a cold, and it's not anyone's fault. It just happens, usually during times of fast growth, like the growth spurts that happen during childhood or the teenage years. Your spine is made up of small bones called vertebrae. These bones stack on top of each other to form your backbone. They help you stand tall, bend, twist, and protect your spinal cord, which is the bundle of nerves that carries messages between your brain and body. When your spine curves too much to one side, it can make your body feel off balance, and sometimes it can cause discomfort, tired muscles, or make your posture look a little different. Why does your spine curve? Doctors and scientists are still learning why scoliosis happens. For most kids and teens, the kind of scoliosis they have is called idiopathic scoliosis. That's just a fancy word that means we don't know exactly why it happens. But there are some clues. Scoliosis tends to run in families, which means genetics might play a part. That means you may have inherited certain traits from your parents or grandparents that make your spine more likely to curve during growth. Some kids also have changes in how their brain and muscles talk to each other. This can confuse the signals that help your body keep your spine straight. Think of it like your brain's posture memory getting a little mixed up during growth spurts. Other things, like hormones, body chemistry, and muscle strength, can also play a role. But remember, no matter what caused your curve, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It just means your body needs some extra support as you grow. How does scoliosis affect your body? Scoliosis affects each person differently. Some kids have small curves that don't cause any pain or problems. Others may have bigger curves that need treatment, like exercises, special therapy suits, or even bracing. A few may need surgery, but that's usually only if the curve keeps getting worse and affects your lungs or other parts of your body. You might notice one shoulder is higher than the other, or that your hips don't line up exactly. Sometimes your ribs might stick out more on one side. You might also feel tired after sitting or standing for a long time, especially during school. These are all normal signs of scoliosis, and they don't mean you're weak. They just mean your spine is working a little harder to hold your body up. The good news is there are lots of ways to help your spine stay strong and healthy. Special exercises, stretches, good nutrition, and even working with doctors who understand scoliosis can help a lot. You're not stuck with the curve getting worse. There are things you and your care team can do to stay ahead of it. You are more than your X-ray. When you go to the doctor, they'll probably take an X-ray of your spine. This helps them see the curve and measure how big it is. But here's something really important to remember. You are more than your X-ray. That picture might show a curve in your spine, but it doesn't show your personality, your talents, your goals, or the kind of friend, student, or athlete you are. It doesn't show your bravery or your sense of humor. It doesn't show how hard you're working to take care of yourself. It's just one small part of your story. Sometimes kids with scoliosis feel embarrassed or different, especially if they have to wear a brace or do therapy when their friends don't. But guess what? Everyone has something they're working through. Yours just happens to be your spine. And that makes you strong. It means you're learning about your body, building confidence, and learning how to take care of yourself at a young age. Getting through diagnosis without fear. Finding out you have scoliosis can feel like a big deal, and it's normal to feel nervous or unsure about what comes next. You might have lots of questions about doctor visits, tests, or even how to talk to your friends about it. The good news is that many kids and teens go through this, and you don't have to face it alone. This chapter will help you understand how to get through the diagnosis without fear and stay positive, even when scoliosis makes you feel different. Dealing with doctor visits and tests. After your diagnosis, you may have to visit the doctor a few more times to get x-rays, check your progress, or talk about treatment options. These visits can seem scary, especially if you don't know what to expect. But here's something to remember. Doctor visits are there to help you, not hurt you. If you're nervous, bring a list of questions to ask. You can ask things like, what kind of scoliosis do I have? Will I need to wear a brace or do exercises? How often will I need checkups? It's okay to speak up if something feels confusing or if you're nervous. Your doctor and parents want you to feel comfortable and safe. And remember, most tests, like x-rays, don't hurt. They're just pictures to help your care team see how your spine is doing. Talking about your scoliosis with friends. One of the hardest parts of scoliosis can be talking about it with other kids. You might worry that people won't understand or that they'll treat you differently. But here's the truth. Real friends care about you, not your spine. You don't have to tell everyone if you don't want to, but it can feel better to share with a few close friends. You might say something simple like, I have something called scoliosis. It just means my spine has a little curve. I'm doing treatment to keep it healthy. Most friends will be curious and supportive. Some might not understand at first, and that's okay too. You can explain more when you're ready. And if someone ever teases you, talk to a trusted adult right away. You deserve to feel safe and respected. Staying positive when you feel different. Having scoliosis might make you feel different from your classmates. Maybe you wear a brace, do special exercises, or get tired more easily. It's okay to feel frustrated sometimes, but try to remember this. Different doesn't mean bad. In fact, it means you're strong, brave, and learning how to take care of yourself in a way many kids your age haven't had to yet. Focus on the things you can do. You can still laugh, learn, play, and grow. You can still be a great friend, athlete, artist, or student. When you start to feel down, try saying something kind to yourself like, I'm doing my best and that's enough. This doesn't define me. I'm more than my scoliosis. Sometimes kids with scoliosis feel embarrassed or different, especially if they have to wear a brace or do therapy when their friends don't. But guess what? Everyone has something they're working through. Yours just happens to be your spine, and that makes you strong. It means you're learning about your body, building confidence, and learning how to take care of yourself at a young age.